Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
What's up, Kyle?
Hello everyone.
I ain't seen you in a couple of weeks, and I'm really curious to know what you did with that movie that just came out.
Well, shit.
How did that start?
Well, I guess I met the filmmaker. He had some Arizona roots in Phoenix. I'm surprised you never met him before.
I might have.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, I mean, he knows you. I mean, you know a lot of people in the movie and some of the crew, Corey and Eli. But yeah, I met Jeremy, is his name, another Jeremy. I met him, I guess, in Durham back when I lived there in 2012 or 13. They were moving into town. And we became good friends along with his buddy Andrew that moved into town too. We all became like good friends and lived there for like 2 years. And Jeremy like ended up burning down my apartment at the end of our time in Durham, and that was an interesting time.
I remember visiting that apartment once when I was passing through before I lived in North Carolina.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. You got a nice way of decorating. It was
Thank you.
like, I know it's much more heartbreaking to you, but to me I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
So much love went into this place and it's gone.
No, it was all right. I was planning on leaving anyways. Like a couple. Yeah, I'd gone out to California to trim and for like 3 months, and at the end of that experience, like I got a phone call from my landlord saying, while I was in San Francisco, like about to fly back a couple of days later, I was actually at Joe Fort's house in San Francisco, and my landlord called me and said, "Kyle, this is your landlord, Hetty. Your apartment burnt down last night and nobody knows where you're at." I guess they like thought I was dead or something.
That's funny because at that same time, I think I was also in Humboldt trimming.
Oh yeah.
In right up on the same hill.
Oh yeah. We were neighbors for a couple of years.
Didn't know it.
Yeah, didn't know it. We never saw each other up there, did we?
No, not never.
Yeah.
I was thinking about putting on a show at the only bar in that town. I don't know if I want to blow up the spot and name it. Nah, fuck it. Garberville is on the way to everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
But there's a bar in Garberville, and I was thinking, fuck.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny to do a show there, put my poster up on the wall, and see who climbs out the woodwork.
Oh,
and I think if I
absolutely.
did, I would have actually run into you there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that would have been a trip. Like I often fantasized about like what it would be like to perform in Northern California when I was out there, but never did for like I think 6 or 7 years straight.
Damn.
But yeah, I guess me and Jeremy kind of like moved away from each other after he burnt my place down. I moved back to like I think Georgia and Charlotte. I spent most of my time, and I think he moved up to New York City and spent some more time in like Phoenix, Arizona area. And I guess it was 2018. He was in a band called Yarms too, and they came through every once in a while, and I would see them play every once in a while or play with them. But I guess it was 2018 on that, at the end of that Cutthroat tour.
That long one.
Yeah.
Was,
Yeah, I think we ended in Philly, and then
just over 3 months every night.
yeah, every fucking night we could do it, you know.
Yeah.
But I think we ended in Philly together, and then I kept going north a little bit for a couple of weeks, and in that time, I think it was around my New York City show, I had a couple of nights off, and Jeremy hit me up and was like, "Yo, we're shooting a movie. We're shooting a movie up here on this rooftop. Would the Emotron want to come in and be the band up here at the party?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I went up there, and We shot that in a night, and that was his first movie. It was called Death of a Business Jerry, and he played Jerry, the main character, and a lot of people that were in La Bufadora, this movie that we're talking about.
Oh yeah, La Bufadora.
La Bufadora. But yeah, a lot of people that were in his first film were also in his second film, and it seemed like he really upped the game in his second film compared to the first film. You can like see like he's kind of like working out and learning from this artistry, and in my perception, you know, he's like learning so much, and like,
that's a beautiful thing to witness.
Absolutely, yeah. And he's got a great ability to like, I guess, kind of like wrangle people together into his like vision, and especially La Bufadora for me was like a holy being included, you know, as the main character. I was like, for real? Are you? Yeah.
Because my dream for being in a movie is I want to be in a kung fu flick and get my ass kicked in the very first 5 minutes. Like, I want to be one of them punks that the hero knocks out at the very beginning.
Okay, all right.
Like Rumble in the Bronx. I want to be one of the punks that Jackie Chan knocks the fuck out, man. You never see me again.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
So to be the main character, like, that's way beyond my ambitions in movies.
Yeah.
I'd be blown away.
But honestly too, like, I feel like this movie is like so character driven that even like the smaller characters that he has created are just like unbelievable, and the people who played them, it just seems to be like so perfect. Even I think there was like 2 people in the movie, one of them, the priestess, which I have several speaking, maybe the most close to the several speaking scenes with, and her and another person were Craigslist people that they got from Craigslist. And I think there was one other person too that had a very like small role.
And they're good?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They I think we filmed for like a month, the month of October 3 years ago. So 2020. Yeah, 2020. We went out to Oracle, Arizona and filmed for a month, and I think I was only there for like 3.5 weeks. I wasn't there from like the direct beginning.
I was really curious about where it was shot.
Yeah.
Because I know that a lot of those people are Arizona people.
Yeah.
And the movie takes place in New Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Disillusionment, New Mexico.
So I was just wondering which city it actually happened in, because
there's
so many hookups in Arizona.
Absolutely, yeah. I wish I had the database here, the spreadsheet to read, but yeah, we were all over the place in Arizona, only Arizona.
I never shot one frame in New Mexico.
No, never New Mexico. Yeah.
So you're telling me that disillusionment doesn't exist?
A lot of shit's made up. A lot of shit's made up in this movie. But yeah, we shot in many different places. Miami was a big spot for me.
I've been meaning to get to Miami, Arizona. I have an open invite, but I haven't made it yet.
Oracle was where we were staying. And there were several other places, like in the mountains we were shooting. Like my first day on set, we were like fucking shooting in a cave. I was like crawling through a cave that only 3 people could fit in, the cameraman and Jeremy, the director, you know. I was like, and we had to pass, I think about this all the time, like Nat, he was mostly like came out from New York City, he's from New Jersey, and he was mostly just like helping out. He wasn't in too many scenes, didn't have a role or anything, was like extra, but mostly he was like helping out whatever needed to be done, like loading, unloading, holding sound, you know. But he was in this small opening that barely one person could fit in, that went to this cave. It like adjoined to this cave from a bigger cave, the entrance cave you walked in, could walk in, and then there's this small hole that's like that big.
That's the only place you could squeeze it.
Yeah, and it's like 10 feet, and then the cavern kind of that connects to that hallway kind of goes down, and that's where, you know, the two people were standing filming. And so the hallway cavern that goes down to a bigger cavern, and then it goes back up and connects at the hallway. So that's what I was coming in, and there's like a beautiful shot in the movie of me, like, you know, coming down like the cavern with, I think I had like a lighter, and I was just like looking around. Yeah, the only wardrobe that they gave me was this it's kind of like a punk, sleeveless punk jacket, a denim jacket that they sewed a bunch of like patches and stuff to on the front, but on the back they sewed broken glass that had been like glued around the glass so it wouldn't like have sharp edges, but they put that on the back of the jacket, and I'm like, my first day, I'm like fucking having to navigate through caves and shit, like hitting my back on like some like Arizona rock, you know. I was like, damn, this is wild. And I felt like that theme, that challenging theme of...
How are you with claustrophobia?
I'm fine. Yeah, I was fine with it. Yeah.
It gets a little tough for me.
Yeah, it took me a minute to like adapt, but I was like, I gotta fucking do this. First day on the job, like we had, I think they were giving out a little bit of mushrooms, you know, too, at the craft services that day.
Craft services that includes mushrooms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a bowl of them, you know. So, I was gonna say about the priestess that they got from Craigslist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had not met her. I had heard that she showed up in like a scene where they needed extras and was just like kind of getting to know everybody. She was from Tucson, so she was coming up from Tucson. Her name was Vanya, and she has like an extreme like background in like wrestling and like doing all this weird shit, and super positive, like happy, great energy person. I heard that she was like on set for like our day of like filming together. We like had a whole day together.
Just taking it in?
Yeah, just taking it in. And so I got in her car. I was like, hey, I'm Dathan. We get to do our thing. Like, you tell me. And she told me right off the bat, she was like, you remind me of my brother so much. And I was like, dang, we get to be brother and sister. And I was like, and we're just kind of rapping back and forth, getting to know each other. Nobody really on set knew her too much. A couple people had met her on that first day that she showed up, not me though. And while we were sitting in her car, like maybe 30-40 minutes in, Jeremy comes knocking. Oh, hey guys, hey. It's like, Vanya, so I saw in your resume that you've done opera. She was like, yes, I've done opera.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was wondering if you could sing your lines in opera today. And I was sitting there in the passenger seat like, how am I gonna make it through like this lady singing opera to me all day? And it was hard. It was like the hardest.
You're not
like there were so many
hard.
There were so many hard things in the movie, like the cave with glass on my back and like trying not to laugh while like this, and she was like all done up, like teeth blacked out and like wigs and like her they put a unibrow on her and they made her like hideously beautiful, and with like all the lighting and whatnot too, and her like singing like in opera like this close to me like, you have not seen La Bufadora. La Bufadora has seen you. Like telling me I ain't shit, like, and I'm like, you know, yeah, it's beautiful. And had you ever met Chris Locke out there? He does like liquid light shows around the area.
Oh, I don't think so, but I do remember somebody that had a projector that they would just pour oil paint on, like lava lamp and project. So it's probably not the same person.
Yeah. Well, he does that, and for that scene he came out. I think he's from New Mexico,
okay, and I'm thinking of a different person.
He came out and hung out and set up 3 projectors for the priestess scene. Her home or her cavern or place of holiness that I would come to and get, you know, talk to her, was 3 walls that were like white sheets, and he was projecting from the outside with 3 different light shows and different, like, we did some like art and stuff like on
so it sounds like there's a bunch of psychedelic visuals.
Absolutely, yeah. They filmed us from the only wall that's open from the inside, and yeah, there was one scene where she was on an exercise bike with the hand thing, and she was singing opera to me, like looking all fucking wild. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed that scene. I mean, I could talk about it. I could talk about it forever. Yeah.
We gonna run one of those 3-hour podcasts?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we're talking. So over there in near Miami, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
The locations, that's kind of interesting to me, because there's so much that people don't fully understand. Like, people go to Phoenix, Tucson, Flagstaff, and then the rest of Arizona doesn't exist in most people's minds.
Yeah.
And yet you're out there doing some stuff in like really interesting places.
Well, it seems like, I mean, with your homie Corey, shout out Corey, hooked us up with a lot of hooked us up with the cop car in the movie. What he was in the movie, and we had a very beautiful scene together, but unfortunately it didn't get put.
Was he wearing them short khaki shorts?
Yes, yeah. And he's not, even though he's out in the thick of the desert, he is not a shorts person, and he had like the widest legs I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
he hides himself from the sun, even though he's out there in it every day.
It was interesting. It was very beautiful. He showed up and looked like this. He showed up with the cop outfit on that he envisioned, but the movie didn't envision that and put him in the one, you know. Yeah, we got pictures we can probably throw up in the podcast.
Yeah, we'll mark that and throw up some pictures right now.
Yeah. But yeah, Corey was in the movie, got us the cop car, and they painted up the cop car to say disillusionment, and there's like the number for like the cop car has like ACAB like written into it, and we were just like driving it around like fucking Arizona, you know.
Yeah.
The two guys that played cops in the movie were really amazing too. They did such a great job at like being cops. Yeah, like some really like kind of laid back. Like they got some good laughs. I feel like this past weekend at the film festival. Yeah.
It's weird dealing with actual cops I know these weren't actual cops, right?
Oh no.
No, they're playing cops.
Yeah.
I've been able to include real cops in some of my videos.
Oh yeah.
If you approach them like that, they're like, "Oh, I get to be a part of the cool kids."
Yeah.
Doesn't matter that I'm making fun of them like a motherfucker.
Right. Right.
Oh, I'm an asshole.
Let me be in this thing. Yeah.
So, while shooting that, there's got to be a fuck ton more challenges than just climbing through a hole and wearing broken glass, right?
Yeah, like I mean, I was very involved with like the props like area, and luckily we were able to like secure during COVID. We stayed at a ranch. It's like an old dude ranch that turned into like an art commune in a lot of ways. Triangle L Ranch, shout out Triangle L. But yeah, we had like a cooking area and like all these cabins we could stay in. A lot of people were camping out or staying in their vehicles. It got hot during the day, but it was like cool, pretty cold at night through October.
Typical desert shit.
Typical desert style shit, yeah. But yeah, we had one of those challenges I guess was the art department, like making the Bufadora, which you know is like this creature, and a baby version of it for the movie. And
Well, I don't know anything about it. I'm learning because all I've seen is the trailers.
Okay.
So the Bufadora is some kind of creature.
Yeah.
And there's a baby version.
Yeah. There's a La Bufadora is a mythical creature that my character, I shouldn't say too much, has a relationship with, and it was like said to have been killed off like many years ago by like the ancient like gentrifiers of the desert, you know. That is like the other half of the movie. You got the bad guys and then the trash warriors like Dathan and his crew, Pinto here, you know, roaming around the desert, jumping in dumpsters. And
So Pinto's in the movie, huh?
Pinto is in the movie. Originally in the movie script, Pinto was supposed to be Dathan, which is my character's pet donkey. And my character is like a shopping cart guy, like pushing a shopping cart through the desert with this donkey. But when I got to, I was pretty excited to have like this donkey. Like in the movie when I got to Arizona, like one of the first things I asked, I was like, "Where's the donkey? Where's Pinto?" And Jeremy was like, "I don't think Pinto's gonna work out as a donkey." And I was like, "Well, I brought this monkey puppet along the ride."
Monkey.
Yeah. So he was like, "Yeah, I think that would work good for Dathan." And I kept him in the shopping cart, in like the little kid section where the kid sits, you know.
Yeah. It shows up in one of. I think it shows up in the longer trailer.
Yeah.
That's available on. I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel.
Yeah. He's in it. He was like a big part. Him and I have some scenes together, don't we, Pinto? I gave him a little makeover right before the Bufadora screening, before Muddy Roots, and gave him a little tie-dye shirt, and I gave him this new big eye, put like a squeaker in his mouth so when he becomes a puppet he can make some noise.
One day he'll become a puppet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, what were we talking about? Challenges? Was there something else that we're talking about?
Well, I don't know. How do you know that you're done with shooting a movie like that? Somebody just says, "I think we got everything we need. Go ahead and
Well, big ups Max Kaufman, especially our buddy Max from Durham. Like he was like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, like making all the scheduling, making sure we were like on time. He like created like a bulletin board with like the scenes and would put it on the bulletin board for the days of the month and would email everyone. And yeah, and it was budgeted to be a month of shooting for the month of October, and that's all we had to stay at the ranch, Triangle L Ranch too. So, and everybody had to get back to their lives, you know. But
right, you can't stay for too long.
Right. But in reality, a lot of us said that we wished that we would have taken 2 months instead of 1 month to do everything and to have that extra time to spend on the art department, or not to be rushed to where we could build bigger things and better community and relationship with each other, and be able to like jam and maybe even, you know, write the soundtrack or figure out a soundtrack while we're writing the movie to the scenes or whatever. That would be cool. You know, you got a bunch of musicians together,
right,
acting and doing sound.
This many creative people.
Yeah.
Like, it would be really nice to
Yeah.
have time to exchange more ideas.
Right.
I feel like that's true of every group creative and every creative group adventure that I've ever been on. I feel like I've never had enough time to actually like work out like what could we also do. It's always
Right.
just the project,
Yeah.
and like I've had a lot of success like working out and combining people's ideas and having a dope ass project.
Right.
But it was just for the project, and once the project is done, I'm like, shit, I'll catch you next time on what I was actually trying to work on.
Right.
With these goddamn geniuses I just met.
Right. Yeah, I think like having that time to like and setting like goals like that, and having everyone in their different roles, and even, you know, finding roles for people who didn't have anything to do, or filling in the gaps of, oh, we need, you know, two instances, Kelsey and Dave, my buddy Dave picked me up from Tucson. He's a homie from Detroit, and he was living out in Tucson going to school, and he picked me up from the airport to take me to Oracle, which is, I think, like an hour and a half away, something like that, to meet everyone and to drop me off to shoot this movie. And he ended up staying. Yeah, he like showed up and was like, this is fucking awesome. We were both like, this is fucking awesome. And I was introduced him to Jeremy and Max and was like, yo, Dave can come out here on the weekends when he's not at school. Is there anything open, any slots open for acting? And he got the role of James, and he has, I think he has like 1 or 2 scenes, one big talking scene where he's like wasted in the bar and talking about America and guns, and Jeremy, the director, like the whole weekend that I spent with him this past weekend at the premiere, at the viewing at Roth, he was talking about Dave's acting, and Kelsey as well. Someone else was supposed to play Lulu, I believe it was, but Kelsey stepped up, and she was part of the clothing department, like wardrobe department and makeup, and she stepped up and played Lulu and did like
costuming. Is what was her name?
Kelsey. Yeah.
Kelsey.
Yeah.
So is Kelsey out there in the desert with a sewing machine, like?
Absolutely, yeah. Kelsey and Aaron were the 2 people that were in charge of wardrobe.
So like.
And they also had small parts in the movie.
That's beautiful.
Small, very awesome parts of the movie. Y'all did a good job, Kelsey and Aaron.
Right on.
And Dave, yeah. Everybody involved, like, fucking killed it. I can go off the whole list.
Was Eli Kluger in that movie?
Yes, he was.
Sorry, I know that's a sore subject for y'all.
Oh yeah. Eli always shooting some beef, shooting his mouth off. Yeah, Eli Kluger was in the movie. He played Agent Talkley, and kind of on the bad guy. He's a very laughable character. He got a lot of laughs. His
funny.
character, he's hilarious. His character is so.
I haven't seen the
so
movie
perfect.
yet, but I know Eli, and he's funny.
Yeah, he shows up in the trailer, I think, like
Just briefly.
yeah, eating a Slim Jim or something, snapping
like
into
that.
a Slim Jim. Jeremy got to know him. They like worked together at a. Yo, can I bum one of this? Can I bum one of this out?
Smoke it backwards. It's funny. No, don't do that.
Okay. But got to know each other working together at a cafe or a grocery store or something back in Phoenix, and
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah,
There was that coffee shop over there
Yeah.
next to Brill Street.
I think that was the
Walking
one.
distance
Yeah.
from one of the coolest houses in all of Arizona.
So you may have run into Jeremy and Andrew up there if you were going to see Eli up there working or whatever.
There's a good chance.
What was I gonna say about Eli? Yeah, he was there this past weekend too, and I got to hang.
Oh yeah.
got to hang out with him.
The premiere just happened. So like you went from shooting the movie to like you gotta wait for what, a year or two before it gets edited and fucking mixed.
Yeah, Jeremy actually had a heart attack and was dead for a couple minutes last year, and had to like learn how to walk, and he was in the hospital for a couple months as well. He got a nice award from the fire department for people who died and came back to life. Like a nice little
Fire department's real nice people.
Yeah, he's down with the fire department. FDNY, big ups, FDNY.
Yeah, Arizona Fire Department treated me real nice.
Oh, when you got your burns?
Yeah,
When
I
you
got
set
burnt.
yourself on fire?
Yeah. I set myself on fire and lied to the hospital so that insurance would fucking cover it. And the fire department didn't give a shit how I was burned or what. And they came through and paid my bills for 2 months and helped take care of my medical bills.
But the
for my skin grafts.
fireman knew what was going on. It's like, this guy set himself
They
on
didn't know when they came to visit me and tell me they were doing that.
Oh, okay.
But I did. I'm not gonna lie to a fireman.
Yeah.
You lie to police, not firemen. And so they knew and still covered my shit. And I'm like, they didn't even fucking scold me or nothing. They knew I was already learning. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't wear flammable shit when you set yourself on fire, Jeremy.
Yeah, I learned.
Yeah. Big lesson.
Big lesson.
Would you say that's the biggest lesson you've learned in your life?
No, I don't know. I think listening is a bigger lesson.
Yeah, okay.
But
That would kind of fit in that category, like listening to what the tag on the suit says.
right?
Yeah.
I could have avoided that if I knew how to listen.
Yeah, if you just listen. Or felt. Like, you could probably feel the different material that it felt different, right?
I felt invincible. I was in my 20s.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, that's the age. That's for real the age to like, feel invincible. And if you make
It's
it
very humbling.
Yeah, absolutely. So there was, I guess, speaking of fire and burning, lots of fire in this episode. Burning down houses, you getting set on fire, fire department giving Jeremy a plaque for coming back to life. But I remember I was telling this story this weekend at the premiere a little bit to anyone that would listen. But guess it was like, I was telling Scarlett and Lila this story. I was like, cause they came to the premiere. Yeah, big ups Scarlett and Lila for showing up, premiere, watching it. But I guess I was living in Durham during 2019 and 2020 during COVID, and that's when Jeremy sent me the script and was like, "Yo, I want you to be Dathan. Like, this is who I see you as." Me and Eli were the only characters, according to Jeremy, or at least that I remember Jeremy saying that we were the only two people that he had in mind for these two characters, and he kind of had loosely based, but he wanted me to be Dathan and Eli to be Toddley. But I guess it was like he sent me the script and I read it through everything that he had, and we had a couple sessions after that where we talked on the phone and talked about the script, and kind of like he kind of was like telling me, you know, what he wanted Dathan to be like. But I think it was like the second or third time we talked on the phone. There's a scene in the movie where I have a battle with a robot, and it shoots me, and in the script it's like, you know, terrorizing me with lasers. And Jeremy was like, "Hey, I was wondering in that scene with the robot battle scene if we could light your D word on fire." And I was like,
"Of course."
D word on fire. What's a D word? And I like finally was like, "Oh yes," put some Tron up in there, you know. And I was like, absolutely.
You were just mentioning Scarlet Storm a little bit earlier, and I had talked to her after y'all's premiere, and she said that there was a bunch of fucking Emotron Easter eggs.
Yeah. I think that I shared that with Jeremy too, because after the movie, Jeremy was like, "I think we could have done more. I think we could have put you in underwear," because I wore my Dathan shorts, not the skin, you know, little underwear that I normally do on stage. But he was keeping
a pair of your panties.
Oh yeah.
It's the ones that I wore when we switched places.
Oh really? You got them?
They're around here somewhere.
Fuck yeah. That means a lot, Jeremy. But yeah, he was saying that he thought that we could put more Emotron stuff in it, and I was like, dude, Scarlett got all of it. She picked up on all of it. Yeah, and yeah, that was one of them. Lighting my shorts on fire. But to do that scene, Ike, that played one of the cops I was talking about, Drambus, he they were like trying to get the shot down, figure out how we wanted to do it, because I'm swinging like a pole at this thing, you know, and the way they had to shoot this shot was from my torso up, or from my waist up, swinging the pole, while Ike sprayed my shorts down, and he was the one to light me on fire. And I'm not used to that. I'm used to doing it myself, so we had to like practice that before we started filming. Like,
how many times did you practice setting your nuts on fire?
So many times. And Ike ended up doing it, and Jeremy ended up doing it, and on their pants, and that was hilarious to see. I was like, Jeremy was like, can I try? And I was like, yeah, let's do you up.
That's fun, because you know, you set your cock and balls on fire, and I blow mine up. And lately, I've been letting anybody that wants to, so long as I have enough fireworks, blow up their genitals. And at first I thought it was going to only be dudes blowing up their dick and balls. And then a couple girls did it. And then a couple trans people did it. And I don't know what was in the bucket.
Oh, damn.
It fucking worked out.
Yeah. I think that was one of my favorite shows on tour that we did in 2018, where we switched acts. I did the bucket and you did just the fire. And then after the show, I think it was like 2 or 3 other people. Mary Blood.
Yeah. That was
Brian.
Did it. Brian Carter.
And then there was like the he was like a military dude in the Marines or something. And yeah, he was like saying hoorah while he's getting shot up in the nuts. Yeah, he looked like he kind of didn't belong in the show, but he like
I know,
wondered.
Lafayette's a weird town.
Yeah, it is.
Just because they look a certain way.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry, big ups Lafayette. Sorry I said that about your town.
No, they all right. They know they're weird.
Yeah.
All right, so you wrapped up the movie. Did you actually get a notice that it was wrapped up, or was it just like we're out of time to go?
Yeah, I mean I think we like Halloween night we were shooting, and it was like a full moon, and that was like one of the last big shots, and I think we went out the next day, so November 1st, and shot like one scene, and then that was it. And I think there was some scenes that were supposed to be filmed, but they like created like animations and worked with like claymation and animation into the movie.
That doesn't show in the trailers. Neat.
Nope. No, I think it's very few scenes. Yeah, they use that. Yeah, but yeah, wrapped up on November 1st. I flew back to Georgia to caretake for my dad, and honestly, being out there with Bufadora crew for that month of October, I think really helped my situation. You know, at home, like caretaking.
It's good for your head.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Being able to do that and have that creatively released through COVID, and then focus on caretaking for my dad, was very, very helpful, very healing for me. Yeah, I wasn't even sure like a couple months leading up to the going out to do it, like if I was going to be able to make it, because I saw what was happening with, you know, my dad and moving back in with them, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I should be leaving, you know, for a month.
You were talking about recording a podcast about fallen loved ones and stuff. And I'm looking forward to hearing about that.
I mean, I don't know if I will execute, but that
somebody should.
Yeah, somebody should. If I don't do it in 5 minutes, somebody should start that project in 5 minutes from now.
That's a dark place to hold yourself, and only think like every week you've got to hyper focus on
death and like healing through it, and you know, paying tribute. Like it was beautiful. Like I guess a couple weeks before I went out there, Jeremy messaged me or called me and was like, hey, thinking about adding like a in memory of section of the credits, would you want to put your dad in there? And I was like, absolutely, yeah, 100%. I got a picture of him with Pinto. He's wearing some sunglasses, just hanging out with Pinto, in his rocking chair. But Jeremy's dog passed away during the movie too, like right there in the middle. His dog that he's had for like 10 years, I think. Lilac, big ups, Lilac. We buried her out at the ranch that we were staying at, and she's in the memory section. But yeah, that was really nice. My dad got to see the movie in like extremely like first draft rough form, without sound, without just the video sound, not the official sound. So yeah, he kept saying, I mean, even though he was in his Alzheimer's mind, he was able to watch the movie and be like, oh, there's Kyle right there. He kept saying that, even when it wasn't me. There's Kyle again. It was like, no, Dad, that's not me in that one. That's somebody else. Like he was able to see me in the movie, where like if we were watching a regular movie that didn't have his kids in it, he wouldn't be.
You suppose that he was not talking about seeing you, like visually, as much as you might have been talking about your influence?
Could have been, yeah. I think he just saw some crazy shit up there and was like, that looks like, yeah, could
I
be.
haven't dealt that much with people with Alzheimer's
Yeah.
or any kind of that. I know that sometimes I see some shit and like, fuck, that's that motherfucker in that right now, even though they're not on screen or picture or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I see the influence.
Yeah,
Just wondering if he might have thought that way.
Possibility. I never thought of that. Yeah, I think he was, in my perception,
So far.
knowing my dad, I think he was just like looking at some weird shit and being like, oh, that's some Kyle shit, you know. Just kept seeing me and everything, you know, in the movie. And that was really nice to know that he got to see the movie before he, you know, went to the other side of things. And
yeah, so you basically went from shooting the movie to taking care of him on his way out.
Yeah.
And that's gotta be fucking brutal.
Yeah, I think it was a year. Yeah, a year and a couple months. Like he was around after we filmed. Yeah.
And then you just take yourself a bus or a train or a van or whatever up to a movie premiere.
Right, yeah. Scarlett took me some of the way to Philly, and I took a train up and took a bus step back down yesterday and today to the Roth Ridgewood Off Kilter Film Festival. First one.
Show them.
We got the Roth here. I saved my packet. But yeah, Jeremy put this together, and it's like kind of the first big thing that he's done since he had the heart attack and kind of came back to life last year, around this time last year, you know. And this is like the first thing that he's put together, and it was 34 filmmakers, 22 from NYC, and a handful from Ridgewood, Queens, which is like a real cute neighborhood out there in Queens. I enjoyed hanging out there. We went out last year and I played a show, and we visited Jeremy in the hospital and showed La Bufadora this time last year. But yeah, it was cool to hang out Friday and Saturday and Sunday with the Bufadora crew. New York. I think Max and Eli and myself were the only people that came out from different places. Max came out from Durham, and
everyone else was kind of local.
Yeah, everybody else was like local. Like a lot of New York people went out to Arizona to film it. But it was beautiful seeing like all the filmmakers. One of my friends was involved in a film called Girl Gang that it was a live action short that played on Friday, and it was very like Harmony Korine, Gummo, like beautiful like art everywhere, like on the dressing and the backdrops and the shots, and yeah, it was so weird and great. There was animated shorts and live action shorts the first day, and then the second day was short documentaries, and then Stag, I believe, was the name of the first full-length film that played on Saturday, and then Bufadora played after that. And yeah, Stag, both 93 minutes. Bufadora and Stag are both 93 minutes, which I just learned right now. And that was nice, and we had a closing ceremony on Sunday at a bar, and yeah, that was
closing
nice.
Ceremony, not an after party.
Nah. We had an after party Saturday after
We had both.
Yeah, we had an after party. There was an opening ceremony on Friday at this small art gallery where this artist, what was his name? I gotta call out his name because it was sick. Michael Dispenza opening performance at Stephen Street Gallery. 5 to 9, he did like this 20-minute. He like dressed like a doctor and did this like 20-minute presentation on his art pieces that he had around. Some of them being paintings and some of them being like physical art, and they were all like machines that he made up that did like fucking wacky things, and he was like brilliantly talking like he was a doctor, and like these things really did these things, and that he was saying that they did, and talking about all the functions. And yeah, that was really cool opening ceremony on Friday.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. Trying to think about what else I don't have that many other questions about this, except for how was your entrance into the movie premiere? Taking your time all the way up to New York.
Yeah.
Parking your van at my house, grabbing a van.
Well, Muddy Roots
train.
first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it started with Muddy Roots, then coming here, and then Virginia, Philly, New York City.
To the red carpet?
Yeah, the orange carpet. Yeah, I should tell that story. At the bus station, Amtrak station in Philly, there was a couple sitting across from me, and it seemed like she was poking fun of me a little bit for eating gummy bears, looking like I do, hanging out with Pinto, in a bunch of like brightly colored like bags. Like my aesthetic was just like off the hook with tie-dye and just a bunch of weird shit. I kind of probably looked like a homeless person to some people, but I was like eating gummy bears, and she like hollered at me and was like, "Yo, give me some of those." I was like, "Come over here, yeah, you can have some." And she was like, "Nah, I'm just kidding." She said something about finding the perfect candy that fit my aesthetic at that moment, and she pointed to Pinto and was like, "Is this your emotional like pet over here?" And I said, "No, me and him are in a movie together, and we're going up to the big city in New York. I'm from Georgia, and we're gonna go see this movie." And they kind of like started treat me like a rock star. Her homie.
He's not a weirdo. He's an eccentric.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, he might be in character right now. You know, that's what they were thinking.
Method.
But her partner in crime was like, "Oh, we gonna be seeing you on the red carpet, dog." And I was like, I don't think we're gonna make it to the red carpet with this one. I said, "But look for us on the orange carpet." And he was like, "Yeah." Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, that was my only like I didn't like sign any autographs or anything, but people kept telling me that I was like this, you know, you're the star. Like people that
did people ask
like you're
for
the
autographs?
star of the weekend. No, people were making that joke. A couple people made that joke, but a couple people involved with the movie and involved with the film festival were like, you're the star of the weekend, you know. I was like, I think everybody is the star of the weekend. Everybody did such a great job in the movie. Like,
there's no way you could have pulled that off by yourself.
Right. And without Jeremy to die and come back and do the film festival and put together like 30 plus films. Yeah. Like so many like films that were showed. That was awesome.
Jeremy
Finch.
Like the bird.
Yeah.
He also put on the film festival?
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yep.
Made the movie and put on the film festival.
And made this very beautiful book that's like 5 pages long, zine style.
Very nicely done, because the podcast that I just recorded was with a highly successful printer, my dad.
Yeah. Oh, okay, really?
Like,
Nice. I didn't know that he did that. He was a printer.
oh yeah, highly successful.
I need to watch
Window
that
work and
episode.
shit. Yeah, it'll be out soon.
Can you say the whole episode right now? Like, can you recite
that
all
would
of
be,
your lines from it?
All of my lines from
Backwards.
No.
Backwards.
Nusaniki marriage. I don't got nothing
You did
else.
it. You did it. That was so good.
Nusanikala.
You did
I
it.
don't know how to say peanut butter jams backward.
That's some quick thinking. Your brain works good.
Not as good as Lee Kilpatrick.
Oh,
He can
absolutely.
play
Free
that
bird
one that's-
backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the bridge
Yeah.
and the solo backward.
Unbelievable. Man of talent. Big ups Birdshot. Yeah, I was happy to get to see him in Philly. I saw some people on the way up. Nick, Birdshot, my cousin, Eddie that's out in Philly. I got to hang out with him for a little bit. And then everybody with the Bufadora crew. Got to hang out with them.
Fuck yeah.
That was nice. Got to meet some new people involved with this film festival. That was cool. Good food. Food dude was there reviewing food.
I heard he also was trying to hit up some of the open mics.
Yeah.
Did he do it?
I don't know. He
I like going with Eli Kluger to open mics.
yeah
He's the funniest motherfucker at an open mic,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, just has me rolling.
Yeah, he had some. He did a short set at the closing ceremony and called me out. I just want to take this time to say, "Fuck you, Emotron. You ruined my life." And then just like went into a new joke. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like you can hear people in the background of the video that he put up. People's going, "Oh, oh."
Alright, I kind of feel like that might be a wrap.
Sounds good to me.
I love you, homie.
Love you too. Thank you for having me.
That's nasty.